Hey guys, it's Mindy from Cute Girls Hairstyles, and today we are going to be talking all things microfiber hair towels. Why it's important, how to use them, when to use them, and all of that stuff. I get so many questions about hair towels, it's funny. So we're gonna do a whole video. If you guys haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to click this button right here, and let's get into hair towel knowledge. The other day when I posted about microfiber hair towels on my Instagram, I got a surprising number of questions about how, when, and why to use it. So we're gonna go through some of those right now. I have wet hair, obviously, so I'm gonna show you how to use it. First of all, you don't have to brush it out. You can just put the towel on in the shower just like you would a normal bath towel that you were wrapping around your head. There's no special way to do it. I have wet hair. I'm just gonna flip it upside down. The towel itself has kind of a little hooded pocket. You can see right there, like for your head. So you just take that and put it up over your head like this, on your neck, and you can see, like, my hair is like just barely, not too long, but if you have longer hair, you can just wrap it up into the towel too, and then you kind of just twist it, and you don't want to do this like crazy tight, just twist it a few times, and then there's a little elastic string right here. You see that little elastic piece? Take that, and on the back of the hair towel, there's a button. So you just put that over the button, and it sits securely in place. And then you are good to go. I mean, you can do it and just leave it on for a few minutes at the least, or you can put it on and do all of your makeup, and then take it off, and then your hair is gonna have sat in it even longer, and it's gonna be even more dry. I even sometimes, like, you guys, there's no rhyme or reason. Like, there's no wrong way, right, to use this towel. Like, I've even seen Paisley, like, do it backwards, where she puts the hood in on this way and then wraps it, and then it comes forward and buttons right here because it's easier for her to button on her forehead. There's no problem with that. In that case, you would start with your head like this, and then just kind of take your hair and tuck it in the towel and twist it like this. Twist. It's a little harder for me to do it that way. It doesn't sit as pretty on your head, but heck, that's the only way that works for you. Go ahead and do it. Okay, y'all, while we're waiting for my hair to sit for a minute, I'm gonna do a little educational hair moment, okay? Your hair is made up of proteins. Well, your hair is made up of amino acids, and that is the building block for the proteins that your hair is made up. Hold that thought for 1 second. Inside of that, there are 3 main bonds that are creating all of your hair bonds. Disulfide bonds, those are ones that you can change permanently. So think if you relax your hair, perm your hair, color your hair, you're changing the disulfide bond. There's salt bonds. These are a temporary change. If you add salt to your hair, which is why when people go to the beach and they get salt ocean water in their hair, it temporarily changes the shape and structure. And hydrogen bonds. Hydrogen is water. So H2O, right, is water. So there's hydrogen in it. And that can temporarily change the way that your hair looks, which is why your hair will look one way when it's wet and another way when it's dry. This is why it's important with a hair towel. When you add, think of a spaghetti noodle, okay? It looks one way when you have it dry. You put it into a pot of boiling water and it soaks up and like absorbs and stretches and gets kind of mushy when it's full of water, right? That's what your hair does. So your hair cuticle actually opens up, especially if you're using warm water. It stretches, that cuticle opens, and your hair can be like, have a different type of flexibility and elasticity to it and be mushy. So your hair is particularly prone to frizz and damage if it's wet, which is why when your hair is wet, you need to handle it carefully and gently. So back to the hair towel. That was kind of lengthy. The hair towel, microfiber, is much softer. The loops of it are much tinier than like a terry cloth bath towel. So if you're rubbing that against your head, it's going to do more damage to your hair and cause frizz. Microfiber won't do that. Microfiber also wicks the water off of your hair faster than terry cloth, which is good because the faster you get rid of the water after your shower is done, faster those cuticles close back up, and the less likely your hair is to get damaged and do things like split ends. So all that being said, using a hair towel is important. You do not want to use a bath towel on your hair. You want to use a hair towel, and they're just not that expensive. You just make the investment and do it. And this one's awesome, obviously, because I've been testing it for months and I love it. So Heritage by Mindy hair towel, and that's the education piece to the hair towel, guys. The last thing people ask me is how long to let it sit. So I mean, honestly, it's totally up to you. Some people let them sit for only a couple minutes. Some people let them sit while they do their makeup. The longer you let it sit, the more water it's pulling off your hair. So I mean, it's not a bad idea, but it just depends on the day and how fast I have to get out of the house, honestly, for me. So that's my answer. Also, guys, while we're talking about hair and damage while it's wet, important. This is why things like these brushes that you can use, like this one, the flex brush that we sell. It's because it has a little flex and give to it. So if you're brushing your hair when it's wet, it's less likely to like pull and tear on your hair. It's more likely to have a little flex in it and give, which again, if your hair is wet, it's more likely to be damaged, y'all. So just be gentle with your wet hair, okay? And start, if you got tangles, always start at the bottoms. You know the drill. Just be gentle. Keep in mind that hair is more likely to be damaged, so be more gentle. All right. Hey guys, so today we are going to be testing. Well, it's gonna be a series of days. This is not gonna be a one-day video, but we are going to be testing the hair towel, the Microfiber hair towel by Heritage by Mindy. And what we're gonna do is just test it compared to using a regular bath towel on your hair and see which one does the best job at decreasing your blow dry time or preventing frizz. Preventing frizz is gonna be a little bit harder to test because that's kind of more of a personal choice and it depends on how you style your hair. But for sure, we can actually calculate dry time. So I have been letting my hair sit just while I got out of the shower and put on my makeup, and now I'm going to take it out and let it blow dry. That's the only thing I'm going to change in this test, is just using a microfiber hair towel by Heritage by Mindy or using a regular bath towel. That's the only variable. So we make sure that we're focusing on what that is actually doing to the time. And I will be using my Heritage by Mindy blow dryer to blow dry it, and then let's see what happens. Okay, here we go guys. Start. Normally I brush it partway through just because this kind of helps separate the hair strands and makes it a little easier to blow dry. Brush it. We're getting close, guys. That side's really dry. Okay, I'm gonna stop it. Okay, so keep it out. Okay, you can see it's dry, like all the way through. That took, even with all the forgetting my brush and my blow dry getting caught, 3 minutes and 35 seconds and 51 hundredths of a second. So that's test one. The next time I blow dry my hair, I'm gonna test it with just a regular bath towel. So today I am testing again, you guys, and we're still talking about the hair towel. So today's test is I washed my hair just like normal, used all the same products, but I used a regular hair towel on my head instead of my microfiber hair towel. And we're gonna see how long it takes me to blow dry my hair now, having used this, because I think that's the determining factor, right? Is like how much water does it really absorb? Does it increase your dry time or decrease your dry time? That's what we're testing. Hey guys, I've been letting my hair sit for a few minutes while I did my makeup. I'm gonna take it out, my towel, and brush it, and we'll start blow drying. We'll test whether the hair towel really works. Hair's brushed, towel dried. I have my timer, it's on 0. I'm gonna start the timer and then I'm gonna put it face down so that I don't subconsciously like sabotage it. I don't even know what time it says until we're done. And then I'll flip the timer over. Are you ready? Here we go. Stopwatch. 0s and go. Stopwatch. Stop. Okay, it's totally dry through the root. It feels dry. There's a couple little tiny spots like where I can feel right there that it's not. Let me put it this way. It's as dry as my hair was the first time I called it dry. So we're gonna call it. We are dry. Brushed. I would definitely say frizzier. So these front pieces are frizzier than normal. The back looks okay, but these front pieces are definitely frizzier. Okay, but that's where I tend to be dry anyway. Okay, time, official time. 4:27 and 87 hundredths, almost a second. 4 minutes and 27:87. That felt slow. That one did feel slow to me today. Regardless, 4:27, what was my first one was, I'm gonna go back and look. Okay, y'all, I went back and looked, and the original time with the hair towel was 3:34, 3:35. Now I can't remember again. It was right around the 3:35 mark, and we said, what, 4:27 on this one? So, I mean, there's a 50-second difference, roughly. I'm like rounding up. To be fair, like normally when I've tested this before, I end up around 35 seconds faster. So I don't know why today it was more like 50, but what I will say is that I have proven my point that I'm consistently getting faster dry times by using the right towel. That's what I'm saying. By using a hair towel, specifically, Heritage by Mindy hair towel, microfiber hair towel versus a bath towel. So there's your trick for the week. Switch hair towel to a hair towel. Don't use bath towels anymore. And if you have really long hair, I'm gonna test this because I've had several people ask me like that they have like past their butt length hair. I would think you could just like fold it up and wrap it up in the towel, but I need to get somebody with really long hair to test it. Also, while we're talking about this, I would really love to see you guys do the same test and tell me what your results were, because I love it. More brains are better than just my brain. So prove me right, prove me wrong, test it, and see what you think. Okay guys, I think that about wraps up this video about hydro fatigue on your hair and why to use a microfiber hair towel. If you guys have more follow-up questions, leave a comment below. Otherwise, you can subscribe to the channel by clicking this button here, and we will see you guys next time, or there's other videos over here you can check out too. Bye guys.